Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Hope everyone's doing well on this gloomy Thursday. I think it's safe to say it's gloomy today. Hope everyone's up and about and feeling good today. Another day closer to the start of the football season. Another day closer to the Tottenham game on Saturday. Finally, football seems to be coming back. I can't wait. But as always, I'm joined by Jimbo. How are you, Jimbo?
Yeah, it's good, thank you. It's football coming home.
What?
Football's coming home, isn't it?
It's forgotten where it lives. It's been gone that long. Bloody hell. Let's have a look who's in the chat before we start. We've got Moondog. Says, afternoon, Kate and Jimbo. What transfers? This should be short and sweet. Yes. In the world of Tottenham Hotspur, the transfers are very limited. It's going to be rumours and what have you, but we'll cover what we've got. Big up Chrysandro, been a member for 3 months already. Says, morning, guys. Hope you're all well. Yes, it took us a little while to recover from the 12-hour stream. We're getting old, you see, and but we're back. Big up to Peter. It says it's 9 p.m. in Melbourne. Big up to you. Hope you're well. Hope it's nice and cool over there now. Ian Meff's in the house. Big up, Ian. I must get you on the show soon. I'll be in touch, but hope you're well. Drew la la, looking all glamorous in her picture. Says, afternoon, Kate, Jimbo, and chat. Hope you're well, Drew la la. Afternoon, Scott. Good to see you. Daddy Talk Sport. Afternoon, Kate and Jimbo. Smash a like and subscribe, please. Yes, if you haven't already, please do that. Before we start the show, I want to say a massive thank you to everyone that joined us on Sunday for our 12-hour charity stream. People that donated, amazing. People that bought the merchandise, amazing. But just for everyone that just came in, spoke to us and kept us going. You don't realise how long 12 hours is to do a stream until you do it. And it was hard work, but we got there, and the final total's not going to be for a couple of weeks, but at the minute it's around £1,200. So once it's all in, I mean, YouTube don't pay me till the end of next month, but once I've got a final figure, I will let you know. But so far, Just Giving themselves have received £738, which is amazing. But we've got lots more to add. Super chats, merchandise. So thank you all so much. We couldn't have done it without you. And also, we're honoured and delighted to say that Mickey Hazard's asked us to be associated partners with the Legend on the Bench charity, which you can see in the top right corner. So we're now actually a partnership with the charity. So we will be doing fundraisers. We'll probably do 2 streams a year that are 12-hour streams, possibly even 24 hours, because Bobby and Leo very kindly offered to do the night shift because obviously they're in Canada. So, but yeah, it's just an absolute honour to be part of such a wonderful charity that gives so much. Our aim is to have a final total of £1,800. That's what it costs to have a bench produced. But you know, we raised far more than I thought, and I'm delighted. So thank you all so much. Jim, anything you want to say before we move on?
Yeah, just thanks to everyone. I mean, people. I'll just name Drula for starters because she's in the room. A few of people stayed with us for the whole 12 hours, and a few people donated more than once. It's just like amazing, good people. But you know what? In life, what goes around comes around. So if you're good, it'll come back to you. So thank you to everybody, and I wish you all the best of luck.
Mickey is absolutely delighted and really touched with all the support. He was a good sport. I really thoroughly enjoyed having him on. But yeah, he sends his thank you very muches to everyone. And yeah, just thank you. Literally could not have done it without you. So
I also give a big thanks to Mia as well, because she didn't really come in the room. I think she was watching, but she donated £100 and never really spoke. So I should give her a thank you as well.
Yeah, everybody, you're just amazing. As I said, they've had 738 from Just Giving. That was from the day. We've got nearly, I think, about £300 in super chats to go over. We've got money from the merchandise, which I've still got some of, which I'm auctioning off. So final totals will be the end of August. But like I say, our aim is to get to that 1,800 mark. So thanks again, everyone. It is massively appreciated, and it saves lives, and that's what the charity is there for. So,
and thanks to all the people that come on as well. And
yeah, all
and
the guests, Bobby, Leo, Ash, Mr. Box Office. I can't think of all the people that come on, Jimbo. Nick, Ben,
Dave, Jacob.
Yeah, Dave, Jacob,
Mickey himself.
Yeah, Mickey. There was just so many people that were kind enough to give up their time on a Sunday afternoon. AJ, yeah, he did nearly 12 hours.
McDougal, what's his name?
Brian Daigle.
What's his name? The other guys? No, not Brian. I was thinking This comes in the chat.
Martin Knightsbridge. Vindaloo. Vindaloo didn't come on. It was Angus, wasn't it?
That's it, Angus.
As I said, thank you all so much. If I've missed anyone or we've missed anyone, I'm really sorry. But yeah, you're all legends. So yeah, that's the thank yous out the way. Big up Mark. Yes, feeling better. Still not great. Still got some fibro pain, but much better than I was. I was a little bit crippled for a couple of days. But I hope you're feeling okay. Druda says, congrats once again on the charity stream. I was knackered just watching for 12 hours. Can't imagine talking and sitting for that long. Yeah, numb bum. Definitely a numb bum. Big up Graham. Says, Tottenham's greatest YouTube couple. Lovely to see you. Hope you're well. Thank you very much, Brian. Donated as I promised, and Sava as well. Thank you so much. Two great charities, both for mental health, which is, like I say, something we both feel passionate about. So thank you very much. There is some transfer news today, not just for Tottenham. I've got news for some other clubs as well, which we'll go through. Vindaloo's hilarious because in the late as the stream went later, he got drunker and it was very funny. But yeah, the Gooners we have in here are very good. We're lucky. And talking of Gooners, Emil Smith Rowe looks like he's edging closer to a Fulham move. There has been backwards and forwards with offers and whatnot, but it looks like it is going to happen. I think it's a good move for Smith Rowe. I think he's an all right player and he needs game time. So yeah, looks like Arsenal will be getting him out the door. Big up Nippon. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Yeah, it looks like he's going to be leaving Arsenal in the very near future. So Emil Smith Rowe looks to be going to Fulham. Another one looking to go to Fulham while we're on it is Sessegnon. It's emerged that he's in talks to return to Fulham. Obviously, he's left Spurs at last. I hope he goes back. And do you know what? I hope he has a brilliant career there, except when he plays for Spurs. But I think this guy deserves a break. He was superb when he was at Fulham. So I hope it works out for him. Jimbo, any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I hope he does as well. He's been plagued with injury. So it's not his fault. I mean, you can't help how your body's built. And he was, when he came to us, I was excited because he looked a real player. But it hasn't worked out. So good luck to him wherever he goes. You know, I stuck up for him before, didn't I? And I stick by that. That he's just been one of these players. It happens now and again, then you always get one that gets plagued with injury, and he seems to be one of them. So I wish him all the luck. I hope it works out for him.
Yeah, he's not like Ndombele that came and didn't work, was lazy. You know, this kid has been literally plagued with one injury or another. So I wish him nothing but success. And like I say, I hope he goes to Fulham. He was brilliant there. Moondog says, someone said Levy's at the maternity ward waiting for our next striker. Big up Barbaric Disdain says, do you think all these kids we're signing is Levy trying to sell the stadium naming rights to Pampers? Very funny, liking it. Afternoon Destiny, hope you're well. There's a lot of jokes like this going around about Chelsea as well. Be a competition, so who's got the youngest squad, I think. Another one looks like it could be heading out the door from Spurs, AC Milan. Jimbo, you pointed out this morning that Royal's gone on tour with us, and yet it looks like this is edging ever closer. I think a fee's very much agreed. It's just final crossing the T's, dotting the I's, that sort of thing. I mean, what's your thoughts? Do you think it's going to happen? And why on earth was he taken on tour?
Yeah, I know. I said that this morning. I don't understand why he went. It don't make sense. But Galatasaray has come in and put a bid in for him. So they've upped their bid. I think they're €3 million apart. So I am 99.9% it's going to get sorted. I'm sure they'll add that 3 million into the add-ons or something, which we'll have a good chance of getting because AC Milan do win things. It was funny. He went on tour. I didn't understand that from the beginning when they said he was in the squad because it's obvious he's going to go. So, but it is what it is. It's him got to travel back.
I have a confession to make beyond 72. I read that and I just Googled who that was, and then I've read it out loud and it's Daily Banter. So, yeah, I can't believe I actually just Googled that. I thought, I've never heard of him. So very funny. You caught me, but I am very blonde, as people know. This is spot on as well. Funny how quick Levy can get a player through the door when it suits Levy. I agree with that. It looks like we're signing this Korean forward. I'm just trying to find his name to try and pronounce it again. Are you laughing, Jim?
I am, because I don't really agree with that. This young kid, they've been working on him for a while. I read that
who? The Korean?
That they spoke to him months ago, and it was always going to be in the pipeline. He was going to come to us. I think Tottenham got in early because there was a few other big clubs wanted him. So
Tottenham scouts believe South Korean forward Min Hyuk Yang has massive potential and is a huge talent for the future. He is going to sign for Spurs soon. He's going to sign for Spurs now. Medical to be booked soon. Then staying at Gangwon FC until January. To fellow Korean fans, this is almost unprecedented. I mean, this kid, obviously, the fact that he's Korean, he's already been compared to the new Sonny. I think he was born in 2006, so 18. So a young guy, not someone I've ever heard of or ever seen play. So it's going to be disingenuous if I try talking about this guy. But Jim, people have said, Angie's going to delve into the Asian market. He's good at finding gems in Asia, this sort of thing. Are you pleased that we've gone out and bought this kid?
Well, I've never actually watched him play football, Kate, but I've read a lot of things about him, and I've watched some streams from people like Barnaby Slater talk about him, and they think they're all saying he's a fantastic talent, and he's going to be in the next few years, talked about. So it's good. Drew has put he's a talent, Jimbo, but he's going to be loaned back. Yeah, I knew that. Yeah. He's going to be loaned back. But look, I'm one of these ones that I like that we're getting a lot of young players come in because I think this is what Tottenham's lacked over the years, is building for the future as well. So we're going to get. Look, I was listening to Barnaby Slater this morning, and he said that there's 3 deals done for the first team.
Yeah,
major signings. The deals are done, and all that we're waiting for is for the other teams to get replacements in. He said once they get their replacements, it's going to be announced. So I can only, that's not coming from me. That's coming from Barnaby Slater. He got it from a big source. He said the name. I can't remember who it was.
Football London? Athletic? Football
No,
London?
it was Paul O'Keefe.
Oh, okay, Paul O'Keefe, yeah.
Yeah, he got it from Paul O'Keefe. So he said the deals are done, and it's not going to be announced until the other teams where they're coming from have got their replacements, and then it'll be announced. But he's saying the deals are done, and he thinks one of them is Eze, and he said that he was wondering who he couldn't quite work out who the other 2 are, but he's pretty sure one of them is Eze. So we'll see.
Yeah. Do you know what? I followed Paul O'Keefe for years, and he follows me as well. And he used to just be a kind of never had loads of followers, but now he's a real credible source. He's got like 138,000. I wonder if he'd come on the show. I might have a word. I've followed him and spoke to him for years and years. I might have a word, see if he fancies popping on one day. Big up, AJ. Good to see you. Like I say, it's disingenuous of me to speak about this kid. I know nothing about him. I've never seen him play. But I'm hoping that Ange has seen something special in this guy, and that's why we're going for him. Barbaric says, I'm not against signing young players, but we need experienced winners through the door for the youth to learn from. Exactly. That's exactly how I feel. There's got to be that balance of experience and youth. You know, Werner, I know he's got his faults. I don't rate him, but he's an older player. He's a winner. Romero's a winner. We need another couple of big personalities, like a Perisic, for instance, is a good player for them to learn from. Somebody in that sort of mould. But the transfer window's got a long time left, so we'll see what happens. Big up Moondog for the super chat. Bless your heart. Says all well and good getting youngsters, but what about some established players? I want an out-and-out striker. Me too. 1,000,000%. I'm so behind on the comments. Go on, Jim.
Well, I was thinking if he thinks one of them is Eze, I would think Toney, because he's come out and said he wants to come to Tottenham. So
he's also come out and said that he's perfectly prepared to allow his Brentford contract to go run down if he doesn't get the move. Now he's been offered a move to West Ham. He's obviously not keen on that idea because he's kind of poo-pooed it and waiting for a bigger club. And sources close to his agent have said that he's waiting for Spurs. But I don't think Tottenham. Sorry, Jim. I don't think Tottenham will come in and pay 50 million.
Well, I think by what I'm reading that it's going to be a loan deal with a buy at the end of the season if he does well.
If they let Elise
like they did with the Arsenal keeper.
Right, but if they let Elise and Eze go in the window, surely they'd want the money in the bank to be able to buy replacements.
Well, I mean, I don't think that they're skimp Brentford, are they?
No, but that's the two best players apart from Guy as well.
Are you talking about Palace? You're talking about Palace. I'm talking about Toney.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm talking about Eze. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm talking about
that's
Toney.
because you mentioned Eze. But yeah, Toney, I think they do a loan with an obligation to buy.
Yeah, that's what they're talking about, doing the same deal as was done with the Arsenal keeper, right?
Yeah,
what's the name? Yeah, Raya.
Yeah, it'd be interesting, but I really hope that we do manage to get Toney over the line. Going to be hard to live up to Sonny, of course, but because they're both Korean, there's always going to be that comparison brought up. We desperately need a starting striker. What we have is not good enough. AJ says this signing's a joke. Yet again, a team that we're loaning back. Where are the players for now? Please stop with all this be patient rubbish. What are we waiting for? Christmas? AJ's got angry AJ today. Eze won't be one of them. No, I'm in agreement. I don't think Eze will come purely because I don't think Daniel Levy will lay the 50 million up front. I believe it when I see it, Jimbo. We've heard all this before. Big up Gunnar says, hi, Pin-Up Girl and Lucky Jim. Are you not worried that other teams like United and Chelsea, United and Arsenal are getting transfers done, but you aren't? Yeah, I said exactly this on the terrace and I got slated for it. I said I thought Arsenal would, Man United, for instance, were doing fantastic business and I got slated for it, but I really do. Villa, I got slated for saying they've done good business. They bought Onana for £50 million. You know, he's a good player. He walks into their team. So, yeah, this is what I said on the charity stream. I'm terrified we're going to get left further and further behind. I mean, Jim, it's all very well being optimistic, but there's no evidence to show that there's anything happening.
I'm not worried at all, Kate. I'm not worried one bit. I don't sit here and think they're not coming. I sit here thinking, yeah, they're coming.
Well, I hope you're right. I hope you're right.
Look. So some of the deals are harder to do, as I said the other day. You know, some deals are harder to do than other deals and take a bit more time. And obviously, some teams won't let players go till they get their replacement, like what Barnaby Slater said this morning. You know, let's give it a little bit more time, and we'll see.
Steve RFC says Spurs play 11 a.m. on Saturday. I prefer that time than 2 a.m., especially games in Tour. Spurs beat QPR 2-0 last game. Yeah.
Oh, it's 11 o'clock, is it? Thanks for that, Steve, because I thought it was 12 o'clock.
Good afternoon, International Observer. Hope you're well. Get me as Ivan Toney and I'll be back on board. Yeah, I hear you. Jim, Tony said he wanted Arsenal. Don't trust what he says. Yeah, this is the and did he? How much is true? How much has been twisted by the press? Who knows? Big up, Aaron. Always good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Rumours saying Kulu could be going to Villa. Interesting.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. I'm not sure that Postecoglou let him go. We'll see.
Not
That,
for a rival.
I've got a few splinters.
I think possibly if we got a good offer from a team abroad, he'd possibly consider letting him go. But I don't think he'd let him go to a rival. And let's be fair,
No, I
Villa
don't think so
rivals but it'd be interesting. Just to go with Spurs, we'll get Chiesa or Chiesa, however you want to say it. I'll take him. I think he's a good player. And big up to you, DV's era. I'm not sure I've seen you before, so welcome if I haven't.
I don't recognise the name.
No, so welcome to the channel. Me too, Jim. I think they're doing things hush hush. Good.
Yeah.
I hope you're both really. I hope you're right, 100%. This whole Eze Toney saga is starting to irritate me. It's getting boring. Just get someone of that ilk in. We love to prolong things. Aaron, you've just written exactly how I feel. Why we have to drag everything out. At the end of the day, someone said to me, I got a bit of grief on the terrace, and someone said you should stick to playing Football Manager. It's not as easy as that. You can't just say, right, we're going to have him, blah, blah, blah. But yes, you can. If Eze is your number one target, and they want 50 million up front, but he is your number one target, you put the 50 million down and get him. Simple. A big team would do that. Man City would do that. Arsenal, if they really want him, would do that. That's what annoys me about Tottenham. They want the success, but they don't behave like a big team.
Yeah, Kate, maybe they're doing it all quiet behind closed doors. We've been bitten a couple of times where when people know we're after, we've ended up losing them. So maybe they're doing everything nice and quiet. Just be a little bit more patient. If it comes with a week left to the window, and then I'll start maybe panicking a bit. But there's still plenty of time.
I'm running out of patience rapidly, Jimbo. Levy would shop in Poundland and offer 50p. Never a true word spoken in jest there. Same old Spurs, Arsenal, United, Villa, West Ham, proving massively. None of these have had difficulty getting their deals done. Why is it where we are concerned we have to wait? AJ, I hear you. I hear your pain, and I feel the same. Oh, that rhymed. I do. I know exactly what you're saying. Villa have done good business. They have good squad depth now, ready for their Champions League campaign. Agreed. Well, it's even been said the kid coming to us will be playing in the K League 11, and he will be wearing shirt number 47. Cheap Paratici's contacts. He was linked to Roma. Since then, it was quiet, and Roma bought Saul. Oh, Chiesa, yeah. Like I say, I'd like him. Big up Raymond. Hope you're well, lovely. And says, and the legend Jimbo. First time on your channel, but I'm watching Football Terrace daily. Well, welcome. I hope you like what you see. Jim, Kate and Jim, sit your interest in Eze. Where do you think he'll go? Yeah, if this is true, then yeah, he won't choose us over Eze. But at the same time, this is why I say, if you want him, you put the money down and you get him. You don't ask about.
Look, the thing is, we don't know a deal's not been struck and it just hasn't been announced yet. Right? And the thing is he going to go to City? And why is he going to be playing every single game?
Yeah, but he might be one of these ones who doesn't give a monkeys and he's just quite happy to get the trophy at the end of the season. Much like Calvin Phillips.
I think if it was going to be City, I think that it'd be plastered everywhere and it'd be done.
Good afternoon, Ren, with your new profile picture. Hope you're well, my lovely. Big up Martin Knightsbridge says, hola, lovebirds. Ren's in agreement with you, Jimbo. She thinks it could all be going on behind closed doors. Like I say, I hope you're absolutely right. Another one that looks like they could be walking out the door. Brian Hill getting ever closer to a Girona move. Obviously, he hasn't gone on the tour. I feel kind of sorry for this guy. I know he's lightweight, but I don't think he's had a massive chance in the Premier League. To see really what a player can offer. You've got to give him 20, 30 games consistently. And I understand you can't do that when someone looks lightweight. So again, I really hope he goes on to have a really successful career. I think he's always been the utmost professional. He's never kicked off about not getting game time. There's never been bad publicity about him. So if he goes, which it looks like he's going to, I hope he's successful. I don't know what you think, Jimbo.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck to him.
Yeah.
I'll be glad to see the back of him, but good luck to him. I hope he does well.
Yeah, I've always really backed Brian Hill because I think there's a brilliant player in there, but I just don't think it's a player that's suited to the Premier League. I think he's better abroad. He's got that bit of flair about him, but he's so lightweight. Guna says, Jim, it's about trophies.
Yeah, of course it's about trophies, which we'll be picking up next season.
Big up, Brian. It's a great show. Keep up the great work. Thanks very much. Moondog, big up. Another donation to the channel, you ledge. Thank you so much. Says, we remember the good times, Jimbo, and the trophies.
Yeah, and they're coming back as well. Under Ange.
I hope so. Thanks again, Moondog. Aaron says, we definitely have 50 million to give. We just need to put the money down before City get too involved. We already made almost 40 million off our recent sales. Yeah, the dog definitely agrees with Jimbo. He's having a bark up there. Brian Hill gets brushed by wind. He's way too lightweight for the Premier League. Yeah, I agree. But as I say, I hold no ill will towards him. I hope he goes on and has a wonderful career wherever he goes. There's no way Angie's taking that England job. I don't know if you've seen the interview with him, but he said, I've got no interest. I want to win trophies with Tottenham. So it looks like he's going to be here for at least 40 years if he wants to win a trophy.
He's going to be, by the end of the year, he can leave if he wants because we'll have trophies in the bag.
Oh, Jimbo, you said this last year.
And I'll say it this year as well.
Oh, you've got to love his optimism. Bless him. Trent Alexander-Arnold has confirmed he will be staying at Liverpool despite interest from Real Madrid, which is I'm quite surprised. Very few players turned down Real Madrid, but looks like Trent's going to stay at Liverpool, which is a massive boost for them, I think. So that's just a little bit of news that came out today. What did he say? Good one, Kate. Yeah, probably going to be 40 years. Bloody hell. Big up again, Moondog, with another donee to the channel. Says, I got us down for the quad until it's not possible. Go on, Moondog. I love 100%. It. I really love it.
100%.
DVO says, just to go love Spurs, who do you think are the three mysterious agreed players that Paul O'Keefe wrote about? Oh, that's a very, very, very good question. I'm going... Oh, I don't know. That's a really good question. I think Jacob Ramsey, which I'll be devastated. I don't think he's anywhere near good enough. I think he's going to come. I think Ivan Toney's going to come. And I think the other one could be... I don't know, but I think it'll be a winger. But I'm not sure who. Jill, you got any thoughts on who you think it might be?
I think it'll be Tony Eze and Ramsey. But I mean, I spoke to my mate this morning who's a Villa fan, and he said to me, because I asked him, because I don't really know about Ramsey too much about him, and I said, how would you class him? And he said, well, put it this way, when he's fit, he still sits on the bench. So, yeah. I mean, don't give me much confidence. But I've seen other people write about him saying that he's a good player. But
what did he get last year? I think he played 16 games, got 1 goal, 1 assist, something like that, and 2 yellow cards. So it's hardly groundbreaking.
He was injured a lot last year. So I mean, that's where I get a bit annoyed. I don't like it when we go for injury-prone players.
Let us know in the chat who you think our mystery 3 players are. If it's true that we're getting 3, let us know who you think it could be. Yeah, Andy's already had a national job, got him to the World Cup and then left when he wasn't backed. Yeah, this is true. Does Trent have no ambition? I don't know. You could look at it that if he goes to Real Madrid, he's almost guaranteed to win a trophy. So he's got more ambition staying at Liverpool and trying to get them back up there. It depends how you want to look at it. he's obviously settled where he is. So I respect that. Big up Steve D. Massive thank you to Steve D as well, who his friend used to own a memorabilia shop, and he got us loads of merch to auction off. So massive big up to Steve. Thank you for all your help with the charity stream. It could be Toney, since he hasn't been seen in any of the promos for Brentford's new kit. Interesting. I think Trent's worried about battling with Carvajal, especially after a great season he's had, but maybe next year he may go, especially if Liverpool drop it hard. Yeah, it's a good point. Ramsey and Duran. Oh, stop it. I don't want Ramsey, not good enough. Agreed, Aaron. Neto, Tone and Eze. Well, I'll be gutted if it's Neto because of his injuries. I think it will be a winger, but hopefully not him. But Tony and Eze, I'd be over the moon. Ramsey won't strengthen the team. He's probably is one of the three. Big up Moondog, and another donation. So generous, says mysterious players Dave D, Dozy, Beaky, Mick and Tick.
The monkeys. I used to love the monkeys, Moondog. Saturday mornings.
Ramsey, Gibbs White, Jonathan David. Gibbs White. Do you know what? Gibbs White, I don't mind. Jonathan David, I don't like, and neither Ramsey. So again, I'll be disappointed if it's those three.
That's a good shout, though.
Yeah, I didn't think of Gibbs White. Ren says it's so exciting, like waiting for Christmas morning. I can't wait to find out who the three are. Thing is about Gibbs White, I think he'd bring out the best in Johnson as well, because they're used to working together. If Neto don't get injured, he's one of the best consistent players. I agree. The trouble is he always gets injured. Everyone said if Kane stayed at Spurs, help win trophies, he had no ambition. Yeah, that's what I said, but that's why I always twist it round. And to see for me, if Kane stayed at Spurs and said, look, this is my club, I want to stay here because I want to win them trophies, that shows more ambition than going to Bayern Munich, in my opinion. But everybody can twist it to their own narrative, however they want to see it. Ramsey's still injured. He's not even in pre-season. Yep, that's true. I did see it was reported Toney would prefer Spurs over Man U or the Gooners. Yeah, I know he's definitely doesn't want the West Ham move he's been offered, so he wants a big move, he said. Big up, Jess. Hope you're well. Good to see you. Dipsy and Poe, yeah. EMF says, Jim, Dave D, Dozy, Mick and Tick. We'll get Ramsey and Martial. Don't.
Who is it?
What is it? Please don't even joke about Martial. Please don't even say it in jest. In fact, please don't even think about it. It cannot happen. Martial cannot happen. Last Train to Clarksville was a tune. Yeah, everyone's saying hello to each other. I've also seen that some Villa fans saying that Ramsey is looking at signing another 5-year contract. Yeah, I've read that as well. This is what I mean. It's all paper talk. We don't really know what's going on. I think deals have been done and waiting on players to return from their break to announce them. I hope you're right, Drulala. Don't, Dragon. Don't mention Martial. Don't mention Adama Traore. Please. Why won't the guy name the players if he knows? Well, maybe it's like Jim said. We've been bitten before. Look what happened with Willian. Chelsea stole him from right under our nose. Maybe they want to keep their cards close to their chest. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Another bit of news that broke today. Kieran Trippier is expected to leave St James's Park this summer. The England international only has 12 months left to run on his current deal.
Yeah.
And
It weren't the monkeys.
What are you talking about?
Sorry. Your sister just corrected me. It wasn't the monkeys. I thought
No,
it
that's
was.
what someone's just put. But if you're going to have a conversation, can you mute yourself, please?
Sorry.
Newcastle, yeah. Apparently, Trippier is being touted by Saudi, and he wants to go. So Trippier is expected to leave this summer. Jimbo, did you see that coming?
Yeah, I read something about that. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. He's lost a bit of form, hasn't he?
Massively.
Yeah, and he's in his 30s now, right?
I'm not sure. Did it
say? I think he's in his 30s, so it's probably time for him to move on.
I thought we had a terrible Euros.
They want to build a big squad, don't they, over the years?
Yeah, and the thing is, the money's in Saudi. Let's be fair; that's exactly where it is. Be careful what you wish for. Toney is disruptive. Yeah, well, I trust that Ange will be able to keep him in line. I don't know how true it is with his attitude and whatnot, but you know, we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. But could it be that Levy is making clubs sign NDAs now so that nothing can get leaked? And if anything does, Levy will go after them legally. Nothing would surprise me with Levy. First bid to be the Oiler. Didn't Trippier say it's never about the money? Yes, he did. He did say that, but yeah, he looks like he's on his way. As I say, I thought he had an absolutely horrendous Euros. One of our very worst players. I don't know if you agree with that, Jim, but for me, he was one of the worst.
He wasn't. He were there. None of them were outstanding, were they? But he wasn't. He has lost it. He's lost his form a bit. That's for sure. I thought he'd lost it a bit for Newcastle. He played well the first half of the season. Then he went downhill, didn't he?
Steve D says, I heard that a lot about Toney, but I wouldn't mind a bit of attitude at the club. Yeah, I get what you're saying. We need that nasty. We need a bit of arrogance at the club. I don't think we've got a player that swaggers himself around the pitch, and Toney's definitely got arrogance in abundance on the football pitch and confidence in his ability. So I think that's what we're lacking as well. Big Up Ed says, all players have egos and part of manager's job is to manage it. Exactly. Richarlison's released a statement saying, I gave up my holidays, came back to work in Sao Paulo so I can be better next season. What's been happening in the media these last few days is all fake news. I will not be leaving England. So he is coming out and saying, well, exactly that. He's going to be staying in England. Now, he doesn't say I will not be leaving Tottenham, but he does say I will not be leaving England. At the start of, what's this, please? Please help me. Can you show my GoFundMe? I don't know what that is. THFC for life. Before I go on to the next comments, first game of the season, Jimbo, Monday the 20 whatever it is. Can you see Richarlison being at the club, or do you see him leaving?
Well, do you know what? I think to myself, if he's going to go anywhere, I think he'll end up back at Everton.
I've said that all along.
So they'll strike some sort of deal. But will he leave? I don't think he will. I think he'll stay here.
So you think that he will be at the start of the season?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I think the only way we'll see him go is if Calvert-Lewin happens to be sold by Everton. I think they'd come in and buy him back or loan him with an option to buy. Thing is, if we're not going to, we need a striker. So if we get rid of Richy, we need two strikers. And I think at the minute, there's other areas that need addressing as well.
I know Tottenham had some meetings with Everton, but the reports were it was about Dele Alli. But who knows?
Yeah. Boris says, everyone said Jed has a lot of ego and attitude, and that seems to have been straightened out in Italy. So I think Ange knows what he wants. Yeah, more than likely. Big up, Stuart. Good to see you. Hope you're well, my lovely. Yeah, I mean, you do need a certain amount of attitude on the pitch. I mean, Toney was ice cold at the Euros, so I kind of like that. It's more his off-pitch antics that worry me than his on-pitch antics. It's saying as well that Oscar Bob or Rico Lewis could be loaned to Newcastle to sweeten the deal for Man City to sign Bruno Guimaraes. The paper claims that Newcastle won £100 million for Guimaraes, but City are not prepared to pay that. Instead, they would consider loaning some of their brightest young talent for the season and try and get Bruno for £80 million. I mean, I would absolutely love a player like Bruno Guimaraes, but at the same time, Oscar Bob and Rico Lewis are two excellent players. However, they're only going to have them for 1 year. I mean, I don't know if I see that happening. How about you, Jimbo? I know they want Bruno, but I don't know if a 1 year loan is enough to sweeten 20 million off the price. What do you think?
No, I can't see that happening, Kate.
No.
Why would you get? He's their best player.
Yeah. Lancashire, I'm sure, will have a role to play. I hope so. Totally agree with this.
Well.
Would be amazing to see Delhi get another chance somewhere for Philly's ability. Wouldn't it be wonderful to see vintage Delhi Alley back? As long as it's not against us, of course. But I really hope he gets his career back up and running. If Richarlison stays, then I think we won't buy another 60 mil striker. Probably it will be Jonathan David for 20 million euros, reported fee, and Lancashire third option. Yeah, see, for me, I don't think Jonathan David is better than Richy. Mate, if he is, he's probably marginally better because he's a little bit more clinical in front of goal, in my opinion, and he doesn't just score with his head. But at the same time, he's not a big enough step up, in my opinion. Big up, Bobby K. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well, Angel, and I hope the families are well. Always good to see you in chat. Yeah, so Richy refutes the rumours. Calafiori deals edging closer with Arsenal, but still not complete. Still sorting out.
What I've been reading, Kate, that's as good as done.
Yeah, but it ain't done yet.
No. You don't want it to be done.
No, I don't. Especially as I went on the terrace and said, I really don't think it's going to happen. So I'm praying it all goes tits up. But we'll see. The only downside with Jonathan David is that quite a few of his goals are from penalties, and we only got one pen last season. Yeah, I just don't think he's that clinical. This broke 4 or 5 days ago. Obviously, we haven't been on, but apparently Amanda Staveley is looking at possibly investing in Tottenham. She's left, obviously, Newcastle now, and she wants to invest somewhere else. I'm not sure if I really see this happening. Of all the clubs, I don't know if she'll invest in Spurs, but it'd be nice. Be nice to see a nice investment, providing it got used on the pitch. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. But yeah, I don't know if you think there's any chance of that, Jimbo.
Yeah, I can see her investing in Tottenham, definitely.
Can you?
Yeah, I could. Yeah, it's a good club to invest into. You know, if you're going to put your money somewhere, Spurs is a good club to put your money.
Calafiori hype. Oh, I don't know. He's very good. Don't be like that, Kate. Big up James Bond. Sorry, I can't help myself. I don't know how she fits into Levy's model. She's got money.
Sure find a way.
Obviously now we've got Højbjerg out the door. Another one gone. I think Hill will definitely go. I think Royal will definitely go. Do you see any other departures, Jim? Do you see the likes of Reguilón possibly getting a move?
Yeah, Reguilón will be gone. I think Skipper go. I think he'll end up going. He's going to get. Yeah, I think he's going to be really pushed for game time next season. He's going to have to rely on injuries to get game time. So I could see him going. He wants first team football. So I'll be very surprised if he stays.
Wow. See, I think, well, it's true, isn't it? I think we'll keep Skip because of the homegrown quota. If we sign Dragosine after the Euros instead of last window, everyone would be creaming their pants like they are for Calafiori. Maybe you're right there, Diddler. Hope so, Jim, about Skip. I think Skip will only end up going if we get Marcus Edwards. Yeah, I mean, we're not at our quota, so at the minute I can't see Skip going anywhere. Lancashire and Yang could be the next Kane and Son. Oh, big shoes. Good afternoon, Daniel Coys. Hope you're doing good. And my homie Leo. Congrats on the 1,000 subs, Leo.
Well done, Leo.
So well deserved. Make sure everyone goes over and subs this guy. He's a blimmin' legend. Can't see Levy giving anything up though. Think he'll only consider a full takeover, and I don't see that anytime soon. But who knows? Yeah, who knows? West Ham have offered £30 million plus one. West Ham have offered 30 mil plus one young player to try and sign John Duran from Aston Villa. Now, Duran was linked with Chelsea at one point. So it just says talks are ongoing. Apparently, he obviously must want to leave, but then he's not getting any game time. So another one that looks like could be out the door. Obviously, Diaby has now left Villa as well. Arsenal have just scheduled a new plan for Ricardo Calafiore. First part of the medical will take place in London, with player due to travel soon. Final check will be in the US, and then Calafiore will sign a 5-year deal as new Arsenal player. Here we go, confirmed. So yes, it looks like it is definitely going to be done, unless someone swoops in like they did with Willian that time, and it all goes tits up. But yeah, Fabrizio Romano says Fulham have agreed the deal to sign Ryan Sessegnon as a free agent. After training with Palace for weeks, former Spurs left-back will join Fulham. Agreement in place as Fulham beat competition from several Premier League clubs to sign Sessegnon. Wow. So Sess has got a new club, although it's his old club. So wishing him all the best, except when he plays us. Big up El Dante, feeling a bit better today. Thank you very much.
So he's gone on a free, is he, Kate?
Yeah, because we'd let him go, hadn't we? And they've come after him. So he's gone on a free. So good luck to him. But it's a shame we didn't get any money for him. But it is what it is. Probably would have only been about 5 million anyway. But Nico Williams, still no movement as such. Loads of people interested. I think Barca want him. Seems Barca would bid 50 mil for Olmo, but it seems to be getting rejected. Oh, I've not seen that. I mean, Chalobah. Chelsea are willing to let Chalobah go. Now, I like this guy, but I don't know if anyone else thinks he's worth having a little punt on. But I quite like him. Daniel Coy says, "I'll be honest, not impressed one bit with the strategy that Tottenham are using this window. We slag off Chelsea for signing kids. We're doing the same." Yeah, we did have this discussion at the start of the show. It's all right signing these kids, but obviously we need to sign experience as well. Antonio Rudiger says he is not considering leaving Real Madrid despite reports linking into Saudi. He's quite happy to stay there. That's all for Fabrizio Romano's updates. Let me just check there's nothing from David Alstein. It's also very quiet. It's also very quiet.
That's the best way for Spurs to do it. Keep everything quiet. Make everybody moan, whinge, whine, and all of a sudden, bang, they're in the door. We don't want other people knowing who we're going for.
No. I'm just seeing. Oh, they're all bigging up Calafiore. Everton have told Man United they're not selling Branthwaite. Says here, West Ham have agreed club plus player deal to sign Nusser Mazraoui. Close but not done. I don't know what that is. Maybe they're buying. Jim, have you not considered it's not? Jim, have you considered it's not doing it quietly? It's just not getting anything done.
No, I haven't considered that because I don't believe that. I don't believe it that we're not going to get it done. I think we will get it done, and we're just keeping it quiet. I could be wrong. I've been wrong on many things, but I just believe that they're keeping everything stum, and then all of a sudden it'll come out.
This is exactly what they're doing, disabled team, Stuart. They're buying kids for potential sell-ons. Exactly, but that doesn't help the first team now. We need quality bought in.
Who says they're buying it for potential sell-ons?
Because that's what we are. We're a selling club.
Honestly.
No?
Everybody's so doom and gloom.
I'm not doom and gloom. I'm smiling.
Maybe they're buying them to build a good young team for the future.
No, that's not happening. This is Tottenham we're talking about. You can shake your head all you like, Jimbo. It's a fact. We will have 2 big signings in the next fortnight. Fully believe it's happened. Hope you're right. I do hope you're right. Because we need them. Seeming been stated by Paul O'Keefe that we have 3 deals ready to go. We're just waiting on selling clubs. Yeah, I know it does, but until it happens, I'm.
Yeah, you know the other thing is, Kate, is if they do buy some youngsters and get them, make a lot of money on them, it's still more money to put into the squad. So you can look at it either way. But I believe they're buying them to build a good young squad.
What do you mean? Oh, yeah, I see. Sorry. Trent Alexander has been holidaying with Jude Bellingham, and apparently Jude Bellingham is trying everything he can to convince him to go to Real Madrid, which is interesting.
Convince who?
Trent Alexander-Arnold has been holidaying with Jude Bellingham. They're best friends. How are we keeping it secret when the world and his wife know who we've been linked to and interested in?
No, that's just paper talk, AJ. It's just the papers link us with everybody. You know, it's just the way it is. I mean, and if you look at other clubs, you know, I read a lot of the transfer news on other clubs as well. Most clubs are linked with loads of players. It's not just us, but you can't do nothing about that. It's just something that happens that we can't stop. You know, but who Tottenham are actually going for, I think they're just keeping it quiet, and you can't stop the papers from writing what they're writing. But it's nothing's come out from Spurs, you know, and none of the Spurs reporters who are in the know are leaking a lot, so they've probably been told not to. We've been bit a few times.
Cassandra says we're not buying youngsters to sell them on, and uses younger players more than elderly ones. Always has done. Obviously, Gray, I know what I'm getting with him. I watch Leeds loads, so not worried about him. It's just signing more kids I'm getting worried about. Yeah, especially, obviously, we signed this 18-year-old South Korean and we're loaning him back. It's not having any impact on our starting 11 next season.
Oh, and they're loaning him back, Kate, because I think their season ends around Christmas. I'm sure it does. So
we're not a selling club. When was the last time we sold a player like that? Kane last summer, Walker back in 2017. Before that, we only sell on our deadwood and struggle with that. Not true. We sold Modric, we sold Bale. That's not true. We are renowned to be a selling club. Our players get to a certain level, such as Luka Modric, prime example, and they're too good for Spurs. So Spurs, rather than build a team around that star, sell them on. I do think you'll get Toney, though, and that will be a good signing for you. I hope so. Jimbo, mate, you've seen Levy for 24 years, so why are you questioning of these younger players and not to make a profit?
Because I think now that the club's we're in a different place now with, I think Levy's done 90% of what he wanted to do with the club. So I think we're in a different place, money-wise, structure-wise. So I think that it's going to be a good few years for Tottenham on the football pitch. That's what I believe.
AJ says, Jim, the money doesn't go back into the squad. If it did, we wouldn't be messing around trying to get cut price deals. The Eze and Toney deals would be done.
Well, the thing is, AJ, is really I'm banging my head against the wall talking to you about this because we've spoke about it. We're mates off of YouTube, you and me. So it's like, you know, I've got my opinion on it, you've got your opinion on it, and keep banging on with it. It's like banging our heads against the wall. I've said to you that I think that we are in a different place now with Tottenham. You know, the structure's different now. Everything with Tottenham is different to what it was before. With money coming in, he's got his go-karts, he's got his NFL, they've got the concerts. I just think we're going to go in a different direction now. But the thing is, right, which I understand, is because we've had 24 years of her, right, under Levy, one trophy. People are thinking that it's just going to be the same old thing. But what we've got to do, right, is we just got to give it a bit more time, a bit more patience, and see what way we're heading. I can see changes in the club, you know, over the last year or so since Ange coming in. He seems to be taking us in a different direction, but we just got to be a little bit more patient. I've got the patience to wait. We'll see where we go over this next season. I mean, at the end of the window, I might have a different mindset to it because it might not be how I think it's going to go. But I believe by the end of this window, we'll be sitting here with a really good squad. So I'm gonna hold back, be patient, and wait till the end of the window before I start spouting which way I think it's going to go. You know, I just believe we're going in the right direction at the minute. You know, and at the end of the day, I support my club. I love my club, so I will back them.
Steve says, no point worrying about it until we see how we do next season. Ball's not even been kicked, and certain quarters are saying we'll finish mid-table. These people could give paracetamol a headache. Matteo Moretta, very good source, writes that the deal between Spurs and Milan is 2 to 3 million euros. Levy is stubborn and stingy again. Can we loan Werner back? Big up, Scott.
That's comment of the day for
me. Why? Just because we know he's worth more than they're trying to scam us out of. Modric and Bale was 10 plus years ago. But what I'm saying is we're renowned for having players that we nurture and then sell on when they get to a certain level.
Yeah, but we've also nurtured some players and made them into great players and kept them, Kate.
Like who?
Like Kane and Son, for starters.
Yeah, but a lot of that is because Son didn't want to go.
Yeah, but I don't think the club would have ever sold him, and he didn't want to go.
Of course they did. They'd sell their own grandmother.
All right, go
on. Lever will not sign Toney as he has no resale value. Maybe if Richy leaves for 60. I stated when asked a week or so ago that we won't sign Eze, and it's unlikely we'll sign Toney. But if we did get either of them, it would be Toney. Yeah, I agree with that. We are a selling club when we don't win trophies, Kate. Start winning things, the players will stay. Yeah, I agree with that as well. 10 years ago, we didn't have our stadium. We had qualified rarely for Champions League, but since then, we have been to the final and we're in a much better place. El Dante, I hope you are right. I do hope you're right. I love you, Jim, and I respect your opinion. I disagree entirely, but that's football. Hope Jimbo's right. Listen, whether you agree or disagree, whatever happens with us and this chat, what we all agree on is we want us to be successful. So when Jim talks about what he thinks going to happen, I'm sitting here thinking, bloody hell, I hope you're right. I just don't think it will. So we all want Tottenham to do well.
Me and AJ, as I said, are friends off of YouTube. We've spoken a million things about Tottenham a million times. We've never had a cross word. So it's just different opinions.
I lived my life with big anxieties, held me back and made my life a nightmare at times, but learned can only reel and live in the moment. So hopefully we can do that with Spurs. Yeah, I do try, but times like this, it's difficult because I just get deja vu. Laugh now, but watch us make Werner a permanent signing. Oh, that will happen. There's absolutely no doubt in my mind that will happen, regardless of his season this year, because he's so cheap. So there's absolutely no doubt in my mind that come next year, we will all be sitting here. The meltdown will be frigging monumental as we make Werner our first permanent signing of the window. For me, there is no possible doubt in my mind that that won't happen. I don't know what you think, Jim.
Well, I think it was a strange one because I honestly believe that barring injuries, which no one can predict, but I think he's going to be a bit part player. But it kind of, I mean, he's see, I've read things about his wages. He's on 165, and I've read other reports saying he took a pay cut to come back. But I mean, even if he says he's on, let's just say, for instance, if he took a pay cut, it'd probably be about 120, 130. Right? Let's just say that it's still a lot of money on a player for me that I think is going to end up a bit part player unless he kicks in and he does well. I'm with Jim all the way. Whatever happens. We've supported this team for years. We will still be there. 100%. Drew, do you know what? Right? If we don't bring anybody else in, right? Let's just say, for instance, and we started with the team we've got now, I'll still be banging on. We were going to win the quad.
And you know what? I'm going to address that exact point there, Jimbo, because obviously you would then be labelled as a happy clapper that's happy with mediocrity. But the fact is, we love our club. Win or lose. Whatever happens, it's in you. You can't stop loving your club. So it's not about being happy clapper and accepting it. It's just what we can't do anything about it. If the season starts and there's no new signings apart from the ones we've already got, then what we're going to do? Just refuse to watch Spurs? That's never going to happen.
I will always back this club, right, no matter what. But I think the thing that will change with me is Levy. I will change against Levy. I've given Levy a lot of leeway, and I've spoke to Levy Hours about it and my opinion on it. And it's not that I'm Levy in, I'm Levy stay away from football, right? Because I believe that he's a great businessman and he's done this. I mean, he's took this club places, not on the football pitch, in the other way, and made us very sustainable and made us one of the richest clubs in the world now. So now it's time for him to move on to the football. So if he doesn't move on to the football and start making us a big football team, and then I will definitely be against Levy. But I believe in my heart that's what he wants at the end of the day. If it's for us to win trophies, so I think that the time's now. You know, it's a few years after the stadium's been built. You've got to give the stadium time to build up and start bringing the money in with whatever fixtures they're doing there with the concerts and that. And now's the time. So I think we will move on to become a big football club.
Do you know that we make more money on match day than Real Madrid and Manchester City?
I know that, Kate, but it's took a bit of time to get there.
No, I know. I wasn't saying that in that. I was just saying that's incredible how much money we're making on match day.
I didn't think for 1 minute, right, using my logical head, that the first year the stadium was built, that they're going to start spending millions on players and building a proper team, right? I thought it's going to take a few years because he's got to build it up. He's got to build up getting the other things into the stadium to get going, concerts, whatever. But I think we're there now. And I think that we see he can't hide from that because it's in public knowledge.
Yeah.
You know, how much we make now and where we stand in the world in football. But I believe he will make us into a great football team.
I hope so. The more time that passes, this is Jack, big up Jack, says, the less time Ange has to work with potential incomers. This must be a big window for Ange to give him any chance. And this is what worries me, because pre-season tour and pre-season games are for finding those combos that work, are seeing what these players can do. We've gone on this tour with none of our key signings that we're supposedly bringing in. So you're setting Ange up to fail immediately. And I'm sorry, that's not me being negative. That's the fact.
Well, look. Let's be realistic, right? Not really, Kate, because he's taking the people on tour, right, that he wants to learn about. If you buy an Eze or a Toney, right, you don't really need to learn about them because they're fantastic players and you know you can get them in and it won't take long for him to pick it up, right? But he's taking players, you know, the players, he's took a lot of them. He wants to learn about them, the younger players. And, you know, so not really. I don't really agree with that. If you bring in a top class player, you know he's gonna slot in and he's gonna learn quick. So if they join up through the pre-season, it's not going to be the end of the world.
Supposing we bring in Toney, let's just say we bring in Toney with a week to go. We don't know how he's going to pair up with Sonny on the wing or Kulu on the wing, or you know, there's no partnerships developed yet. I mean, Solomon, only the start of last season, we could see he was starting to develop quite a good understanding, and then he got injured. But that's what pre-season's for. And this is the thing. I think Levy's doing Ange an injustice by not bringing him in early.
Yeah, I agree with that to a certain extent. Yeah, I do agree with that to a certain extent. But if they join pre-season in the next week, right? You know, I don't know how long's the pre-season on for? 2 weeks.
Is it 3 games, 4 games? I'm not sure. 5 games.
Well, look. I mean, I'm not panicking if they come in late, because if they're top players, you know, people like Toney and Eze, they know football inside out, and they're top class players. So I think they're slotting all right. I'm not really panicking about that.
Yeah, Smithy's in the house. Big up, Smithy. He says everyone needs to relax, man. Let's get Tottenham do their thing. In Archie, we trust. #, number 14. Prove to that, Smithy.
I think the people like. Sorry, Kate. Sorry. I think people like Bergville and Gray, it's more important, you know, that they get because they're young, for them to be on the tour. But if he brings in Eze and Toney, I'm not that worried about them slotting in.
I agree. Spurs make me depressed most weekends, but I still get back for more. That's love for you. Jack says, loving the club's one thing, seeing it lack ambition is unacceptable. But everyone's got their different definition of lacking ambition. I mean, for me, at the minute, I agree with you. I think that the players we're bringing in don't show any ambition. But supposing they bring in Jonathan David, Eze, and Ramsey, some people will be happy with that, whereas others will say that's lacking ambition. Do you see what I mean? It's very hard to say, to gauge it. Go on, Jimbo, sorry.
There's another way to look at it, right? You can look at it, but bringing people like Gray and Bergville in and throwing Lancashire in the team. Is that his name? Lancashire.
Yeah,
Mikey Moore. These guys are hungry. They want to win things. You think sticking
yeah,
them on the pitch, they're not going to fight and play their football. They want to win things, Kate. They're young guys that want to build a name and win things. So there's always ways to look at things. I prefer to look at things the positive way. Other people prefer to get online on streams and bitch and moan and look at all the bad stuff. Well, that's down to them. They're entitled to do that. But I prefer to be on the more positive side and look at the positive side of it. You know, I support Tottenham Hotspur. I don't support Levy. Right? I support Tottenham, and whoever walks on that pitch, I don't care if it's Werner, right, and or Kane. I will back them all the same. I back my players and I back my team. That's what supporting a club is about, I think. Not sitting
yeah.
there slagging the player off when he comes in the door. You know, it's about backing the team. You know,
Um,
at the end of the day, the players that are bought in, you know, it's not their fault. They want to come here and they're bought, so we should back them.
yeah, I think there was talk. Yeah, it broke yesterday that Tottenham are now really close to agreeing a new long-term deal with teenage talent Mikey Moore, which is a brilliant sign. If we can tie him down to 5-6 year contract, it'd be wonderful.
There's been plenty of players that have walked on that pitch that I haven't liked one bit, right? But I will not go to a game and slag them down, and I won't slag them down online. Might say I don't like them, I'm not keen on them, don't think they're good enough. But I'm not going to start slagging them down and saying they're this, they're that, the other. They wear the Tottenham shirt.
Yeah.
So we should back them.
Big up, Chris. Not sure if I've seen you before either. Says we need to sign top class players to take us to the next level. But they do need to build up an understanding with their new teammmates. Yep, exactly.
Yeah, I agree with that. But yeah, there's more chance of people like Tony and Eze fitting in quicker.
El Dante says also if we had signed Eze and Tony, they'd be on holiday now, so they wouldn't have travelled anyway. Maybe we have agreements and have to wait till they return. Yeah, there is always that possibility, and I will happily swallow my words. Steve says plenty of players move in Jan and make a massive impact without pre-season. Of course, it's not ideal, but good players will fit in regardless. Yeah, I hear that. Anyone that says Gray isn't talented is just ignorant. The Championship's no joke. No, I was saying this in the stream. It's such a competitive league and very physical. So I think it gets disrespected a lot. If he can do it in the Championship, I don't see that the step up is that huge. There's a gap between Tottenham and the top three. Lacking ambition is not bridging the gap. If we start Lancashire and Moore over a whole season, we finish bottom half. Well, it won't just be those two, I'm sure. We've got some of the best up-and-coming talent. For me, that's ambition. Our younger squads are champions. That's ambition. Promoting these talents is ambition.
See the thing you got to think of, Kate, is there will be more players coming. I'm 100% sure that I'm not even going to say 99.9. I'm going to say 100%. It's and we've got a manager who's very experienced. 26, 28 years he's been managing, and he was a footballer before that. He'll integrate them the right way, and that's what we got to rely on. That he integrates them the right way.
Yeah. Sorry, I've got really bad pain in my arm. We'll only find out about Bergville once the season starts and he's getting kicked every game, but I like the look of him. Big up, Nick. Good to see you, lovely. Hope you're doing well. Big up also Lee Statham's in the house. Hope you're doing well as well. That's really all the transfer news I've got. That's everything. We're up to date. Oh, I've got such a pain under my arm. It's so annoying. Anything that you watched on Barnaby's or anywhere, Jimbo, that you've seen that you wanted to bring up?
No, just as I said, he said that three deals have been done and they're going to be announced once the other teams have bought players to replace them. And that was what he said. So it's just a matter of being a bit more patient and waiting to see who it is. And I'm sure everybody's got their ideas who it is. Let's just hope. He said there are 3 big signings. That's what he said.
Well, I hope they are. I would love to see, 3 signings where the fan base can all come together and go, wow, this is what we've all wanted to see. That's kind of my dream scenario. So we haven't got this divide that where some people are moaning and some people are happy. you know, we all want the same thing. We all want Spurs to be successful. But yeah, I mean, like I say, I would love to have 3 marquee signings, or even 2 and another one that's not so much of a name. But I mean, we'll see what happens. All I know is, win or lose, we will be there on Saturday cheering them on. Yeah, it's saying, I'm just reading it, it's saying that the Brian Hill to Girona is getting very, very close. So another one. This, I mean, we could be waiting to get rid of more players. It's only a 26-man squad. Someone's saying Eze's been spotted at the Tottenham training ground. I think they're telling Porky Pies though, and it's a wind up. You always get those, don't you? But yeah, sorry, I'm reading at the same time. We need a Mickey Hazard to sign for Spurs. That's what we need. It's a player like Mickey Hazard that can come in and change the first team. Maybe we
can. A pair of boots, he might come out there.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. We've already booked. Well, we're in the process of booking tickets for our first game next season, ain't we, Jimbo? With Leo. Yep. Be lovely to sit and watch a game with Leo in November against Ipswich. So yeah, that would be good. I'm just looking, sorry, to see if there's any other news before we finish up. Messi was seen in a white t-shirt. That must mean he's coming Spurs. That's what I mean. I do love all these sort of things. They do make me laugh. Let me just check Fabrizio and that before we finish up. RB Leipzig are confident to get the green light for Xavi Simons. That'll annoy Man United fans because some of them really thought that he was going to go to Manchester United. That's the latest news on that. Nothing else. No, that's all the news. Before we finish up or anything else gets said, I just want to say again a massive thank you for Sunday to everyone that came in, everyone that bought things, everyone that donated, everyone that just was in the chat helping us get through the 12 hours. It was so appreciated. And as you can see by the top right corner, we are now official partners of Legend on the Bench charity. So if you happen to go on their website, which is here, if you go under associated partners, you will see Just a Girl Loves Spurs. We are now officially a partner of the charity. So if anyone ever wants anything merchandise wise, always, if you can, reach out to me because Mickey tends to look after us. And just let us know. But thank you so much. As I said, we're around about £1,200 at the minute, hoping we can get nearer 1,800 by the end of August, because that's when YouTube will pay me for all the super chats. But yeah, we literally, this is such a cliche and cheese, but we literally couldn't have done it without you because you all not only helped us through it, but your generosity was just amazing. So yeah, thank you all so much again. Big up to you, Niall. Good to see you. Jess is telling everyone to smash that like. Big up the Diddler. Good signing for Spurs the other day, guys. Do you mean Archie Gray? Who do you mean? Maybe a regular before long. Lancashire is going to be a great player. I can see Gray getting a lot of game time. Yeah, I think Gray is going to surprise a lot of people. I think Lancashire and Moore will be gradually integrated, maybe get some cup games, but yeah.
Well, I think they get integrated into the first team, Kate. Look, if they can play football, what does it matter what age you are?
If you're good enough, you're old enough.
Yeah. Yeah, we've seen a lot of over the years. We've seen a lot of young players.
Look at you. I know I'm not comparing. If anyone clips me and tells me I'm comparing Mikey Moore or Lancashire to this guy, look at Lamine Yamal. 16 years old and an absolute world beater, but someone had to give him that chance. So, you don't know what you've got till you try it. So I agree. I do think they both get game time. And, one of these could be our future superstar. Thank you, Leo. And get in with you. 1,000 subs. So pleased for you. Well done on the charity stream you did the other day, Kate. Super proud of you guys. Thank you, Niall. I loved it. It felt good to do something good. So, you know, it felt good to do something good, and it'll be something that we do a couple of times a year. Yeah, and well done to you, Steve. You've been amazing. Even if you have been a little bit confused.com.
Me, well.
Thanks, Ian. I will message you in and get you on. Next week is out of the question, but maybe the week after I'll drop you a message and get you on, get some thoughts from you. Destiny, do you know what? If it helps one person, that's our job done. I think you mean the Korean forward. I think that's who you mean. But yeah, I mean, don't know anything about him, so I can't say too much. But a lot of people have said he's decent. I think it was a defender from the J League. No, it was an attacker. But yeah, he does know the league very well. So hopefully it turns out to be a good buy. But yeah, quite possibly Destiny. He looks like he could be a leader, and that's what some Spurs have been lacking. I mean, you've only got to watch him play for Leeds, and now he was shouting at seasoned professionals, and I like that because although he's got the confidence to do that, he's extremely humble when he speaks. So I've got high hopes.
Sorry, Kate, you've got to remember as well that being a footballer is a short career.
Very short, yeah.
Yeah, so if they can start young, if they're good enough, then why not?
Yeah. Steve says, me and Jim are easily confused. I'll buzz you tomorrow when I pick up. Thank you, Stevie. Massive thank you as well to Moondog, who did super chat there, second super chat there, third super chat there, and a fourth super chat there. Thank you so much, Moondog, and also Chrysandro, who's been a member for 3 months. If anyone does still want to donate, the page is still open. It's there. If you can't, it doesn't matter. If you want to, that is the page. And yeah, donation's going to be open for a little while yet. Thanks everyone for watching. It's been a good show. I've enjoyed it, catching up. Tomorrow we will be back and probably do a preview of the game on Saturday and have a chat about who we think will be in the lineup for the game. But yeah, that's it from us. Anything you want to say, Jimbo, before we go?
No, just thanks to everyone from me as well, and everyone who helped. Steve D, I'll name straight away because he helped massively behind the scenes. All the people that come on, you know,
Nick for donating that shirt as well.
Yeah,
Paddy Hartnett and his son for donating stuff.
Nick. Yeah,
and Paddy and Ryan.
Yeah, Paddy and Ryan. Yeah, Nick. All the people that come on, Bobby K, everybody who come on and supported AJ. Just can't thank you enough because it was couldn't have done it without you. And we always had people that wanted to come on, you know, for the whole 12 hours. There was never no one in the background.
Yeah, we were never on our own, was we?
No, which was
story of our life, darling. We never get any alone time.
No.
Only at bedtime. And we're both too knackered by then. Anyway, enough about our marriage. Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. I might even open it up to members tomorrow. I'll see how I feel. But either way, we will be previewing the game on Saturday. And yeah, listen, everyone. Hope you have a great day. Stay safe. Be kind to each other. And yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. And as always, come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you fucking Spurs. The quad is on. You wait and fucking see. I love Tottenham.